Welcome to the Themidnightburn. Well, hasn't this been an interesting week for Mississippi? Over 20 indictments of police officers ranging from sheriffs to Mississippi Highway Patrol. And I'm going to give you the exclusive content with documentation of how that all began. And it started with a man standing holding $26 worth of signs on public property. You're going to see a sheriff who messed with the wrong guy, a family man. And this man, wrongfully convicted, harassed, jailed for 3 days, had his name plastered in the newspaper, character defamed, and even conspired to harm him for their own political gain. Uncover these monumental cases of corruption. The amount of evidence from video and audio footage to the depth of detail his investigation is astounding. There is going to be more from this, more episodes that'll shock you to your core, so stay tuned. So let's dive in.
We're in County, we're the Sheriff's Department. This makes, a lot of people look at this negatively. I'm over here like, oh yeah, game on.
The entire drug task force has been fired and are under investigation by MBI for felony embezzlement. That's what started the Panola County Drug Task Force being raided in the first place. This law-abiding citizen/family man turned over to the Attorney General's investigation team. Missing $10,500 of marked drug buy money, 4 pounds of weed, 3 pounds of meth, fentanyl, and cocaine. Yeah, they fucked with the wrong one. Picture this. You stand before your county supervisors exposing corruption. The next day, you're in handcuffs. The day after that, arrested again, right inside the courtroom as you're being released. This isn't a movie. This is Panola County, Mississippi, December 2023. And the man orchestrating it all? The sheriff himself. December 4th, 2023, Sardis, Mississippi. A citizen walks into the Panola County Board of Supervisors meeting carrying a 10-page letter. Not a complaint, an indictment, harassment, false arrests, wrongful property seizures, malicious prosecution, and an armed confrontation with a deputy who showed up on private property. No warrant, no uniform. But here's where it gets twisted. That same deputy, he's on something called the Brady-Giglio list, a registry of law enforcement officers with credibility issues. He'd failed drug tests, and yet somehow he's on tonight's agenda for rehire. The sheriff of Panola County, Shane Phelps, sits in that very room, acting as sergeant at arms, watching, listening. For the first time, this citizen speaks publicly, protecting family, protecting the community. The citizen leaves that meeting believing justice might actually be possible. 24 hours later, that belief would shatter. December 5th, 2023. Armed with documents obtained through Freedom of Information Act requests, the investigation continues. A call to the justice clerk. She suggests contacting the circuit clerk's office. Simple enough, right? Except there's one problem nobody mentioned. The circuit clerk is Melissa Meeks Phelps, the sheriff's wife. The phone call is brief. The voice on the other end? Hostile, abrasive. The caller, not even knowing who they're speaking to, hangs up. 4 hours later, police arrive with handcuffs. The charge? Telephone harassment. Now, most people wouldn't record a routine phone call to a clerk's office, but this citizen did, because trust had already been destroyed. And thank God for that caution, because that recording would later prove everything. Here's what that audio revealed. Sheriff Shane Phelps and Circuit Clerk Melissa Meeks Phelps, inside his office at 300 James Rudd Drive in Batesville, crafting a statement. A false statement, one that would later be dismissed in court after friends released the recording on Facebook. But the sheriff wasn't done. While the sheriff and his wife manufactured that first charge, phone records obtained through FOIA show something chilling. At the exact same moment, Sheriff Phelps was on his county-issued cell phone, the one taxpayers pay for, calling another woman, coercing her to file another statement. Then there's the deputy from the December 4th meeting, the one on the rehire agenda. He's contacted too. All of this is captured on body-worn camera footage. Simpson County, I hope you're watching. After 3 days in jail, the citizen is brought before a judge. The charge from the circuit clerk, the sheriff's wife, is dismissed. Released on own recognizance. Freedom, right? Not quite. As the citizen prepares to leave, Sheriff Shane Phelps walks into that courtroom. He tells the judge he has an open warrant for charges he himself orchestrated from his office while the citizen was locked up. His camera recorded Sheriff Phelps and his wife preparing statements. It recorded the coordination, the collusion. While the citizen sat wrongfully incarcerated for 3 days on the circuit clerk's false charge, the sheriff's phone records paint a damning picture. Multiple calls, multiple individuals, all persuaded to file additional charges. The phone records don't lie. This wasn't law enforcement. This was revenge. He arrests them again, himself, right there in the courtroom. Think about that. A sheriff, arresting someone in front of a judge, creating the appearance of a pattern, biasing the court, making it look like this person is a habitual offender. But it's all theater, manufactured from start to finish inside the sheriff's office on December 5th. Why? Because someone dared to speak publicly about his department, about his inability to manage deputies, about the danger posed to every resident of Panola County. This isn't speculation. This is documented. Body-worn camera footage from Officer Matthew Brown, December 5th, 2023. Between 11:42 a.m. and 2:45 p.m., inside the sheriff's office. Conversations with coerced witnesses. Phone records showing the sheriff initiating calls to manipulate others into filing charges. Audio recordings proving the circuit clerk and sheriff created a false statement, later dismissed in court. The citizen who filed this complaint isn't hiding, isn't asking for anonymity. They've said it clearly. He knows exactly who has caught him, should have hired me as an investigator. This is a formal complaint to the State Commission, a demand for decertification, a plea for investigation into what can only be called one thing: corruption. So here's the question, Mississippi. How does a sheriff orchestrate false charges from inside his own office? How does a circuit clerk, his wife, create statements that are later proven false in court? How does a deputy with a Brady Giglio listing and failed drug test get placed on a rehire agenda? And when someone speaks out, exercises their First Amendment right to address their elected officials, how do they end up arrested twice in 24 hours? This is what happens when the people who are supposed to protect us become the ones we need protection from. If this story shook you, hit that like button. Follow Themidnightburn for more true crime and burning corrupt asses from the Magnolia State. Also follow me on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Music, because we're just getting started. Nobody has the tea like Themidnightburn. They definitely can't say it's just a few bad apples now. The whole fucking orchard is almost rotten.
This standing judge for the Justice Court of Panola County, Mississippi, standing there cussing me, berating me, physically threatening, for the simple fact that I am holding some signs that state that his very good buddy Shane Phelps is a tyrant and his department is full of nothing but thieves, drug addicts, and people that will stomp all over your amended rights under the Constitution. I'm stating that publicly at that square. Upon decision of state to no prosecute, this case shall be and hereby is dismissed. Oh my God. Guess what? Judge, am I free to speak? You wanted to dismiss this case because I was fixing to bring about some things. So, thank you, Judge Westfall. Nobody that is guilty will fight as hard as I just did, and I think that showed. So
I call on all American citizens that if you are aware of, if you're experiencing any instances of corruption, please report that to the FBI. You can contact us at 1-800-CALL-FBI or online at tips.fbi.gov. Thank you.
Until next time, catch the dice, they rolling.
And agree. Some badges break more laws trying to get a guilty plea. If they are good police.